Maybe you could briefly go over this one gentleman, but the book introduced me to a man named Earl Butz.
Oh
Which,
goodness.
Nixon really knows how to keep on becoming president in our current environment. But yeah, tell the people about Earl Butz, and maybe they'll get an idea of why we're where we are right now.
Yeah. So if I remember correctly, Earl was made the Secretary of Agriculture. Um, and that means he set the policy and tone for U.S. agricultural policy and the USDA, the United States Department of Agriculture. And the easiest way to understand Earl is his slogan, get big or get out. So few people have done as much harm to the health of all Americans, but then also the health and stability of rural America as this chap. Because he had these tours where he'd go around the countryside. He'd have these town hall type meetings, and he would tell farmers that they were to get big or get out. And then he forced them to adopt this basically by weaponizing government agricultural policy. So he totally reshaped government agricultural policy in ways that are really hard for somebody who's never studied the issue to understand. Because most people will hear, oh, corn and soy growers receive 10 billion or more dollars a year in government bailouts and subsidies. And that's a pretty large number. But what you don't realize is for every dollar of direct subsidies industrial agriculture receives, they receive another $20 to $30 in indirect subsidies. So for instance, go to any land grant university in America today that has an agricultural program and that does agricultural research. It's all industrial agricultural research. So the entire industrial agricultural system has transferred all of these costs onto taxpayers. Look at the school lunch program in America. It's another indirect subsidy to industrial agriculture. All the foods that it's all highly processed soy oil, canola oil, CAFO meat. So we have these direct subsidies going on. But what Earl was especially good at doing was basically rewriting the DNA of indirect subsidy programs for all of these big companies permanently. So all of their research and development, all of their recruiting and people development. Every one of my neighbors, if their kids want to go into agriculture, they send their kid to a land grant university where for 4 years the kid is brainwashed into being told that the only way to be a profitable farmer is to raise row crops, spraying them to death with petrochemicals.
Mm-hmm.
And so Butz is one of the least known but most detrimental figures in American history.